Sure. Okay, so let's have a quick recap what we have discussed in the last session. The last session we have discussed about the introduction about Azure Devops. In today's session, we are going to learn about how to create our Azure account, and then we are going to start our first service called Virtual Sheet. But before starting out this particular topic, any question anyone have, please raise your hand. Anyone have any question? No questions. I'm sharing some links in the chat box first before starting it. I'm sharing our Logical Labs social media details. If you can please follow us on social media, you can click on those links. Second thing is I'm sharing the WhatsApp community for this batch 403. If you are not in the WhatsApp community of this batch 403, you can join the link, join the group by using the link. And one more thing I'm going to share is the email address. My email address, I'm sharing it in the chat box. You can please make a note. Why I'm sharing my email address? Because whenever you're going to start practice in our upcoming sessions, if you have any doubt or if you get stuck with anything, with some issues, you can email me whenever you get a chance to clear your doubt. You can ask me in the next session also, but or if like we don't have a session on Saturday and Sunday, so if you get stuck that time, make sure you can email me on the spot with proper details and screenshot. You can email me. The only thing is when you are going to email me, make sure you are always going to mention your batch number. With that, I know that you are from which particular batch and how much knowledge I have given to you. Based on that, I can email you. So please make a note down of my email address shared in the chat box. Okay, so now let's learn about how we can create our Azure account. To create your Azure account, you can use any of your personal email address. It can be Yahoo, Gmail, Outlook.com, any of your personal email address you can use to create your storage account. Don't use official email addresses to create your storage account. Always use your personal email address. Now, to create your account, here the link I have given it. You can go to that particular link. Once you go to this particular link, you have to click on Start Free. Once you click on Start Free, you have to click on Create One. So once you click on Create One, you have to enter your email address, the email address which you are going to use to create your create your Azure account. You have to enter the email address and then click on Next. Once you click on Next, you have to enter the password. Your password must be 8 characters long and it can be any numbers, characters, alphabets you can use to give your password here. Once you give the password, you have to click on Next, and then you will get one code, one OTP on your email, and that particular code you have to enter. What will happen with that particular code? You are going to verify your email address. So make sure you are entering a correct email while creating your account because they have to verify your email address. Once you enter the code, you have to give some of your personal details. What person details you have to provide? You have to give your first name. If you have a middle name, you can give middle name also. And then you have to give the last name. And then email address, you don't have to enter. They will automatically pick the email address from the previous check because we have already verified our email address. And then you have to enter your phone number here. You have to just enter the number. You don't have to enter the country code because now they are going to verify your phone number. In previous step, they have verified your email address. In this step, they are going to verify your phone number. So just enter your phone number. No need to enter the country code. And then here we have two options to verify our phone number by using call me or text me. So whichever the option you are going to choose, they will give you again one code, one OTP they will provide you. And that particular OTP you have to enter. And once you verify your mobile number, you have to enter the address. So whatever your address you have, that particular address you have to enter here. Address line 1, this is optional. City, state, postal code. Postal code means PIN code. So just enter your address here. Once you enter your address, there are two check boxes you will find. You can check the check box if you want to read their terms and condition. You can click on those links and read their terms and conditions. And then check these check boxes and click on next. Once you click on next, you have to enter your card details. It can be debit card or it can be credit card. You can enter here. Azure is not supporting the RuPay card. In India, few people have RuPay card. It is not supporting the RuPay card till now. And whatever the debit card or credit card you are going to use, make sure that is enabled with international transaction because in India, by default, international transactions are disabled. So how you can enable it? You have to check your mobile banking or internet banking. With the help of that, you can enable it. And just enable for 10 rupees or 50 rupees. Just you have to enable it to create your account. So your card holder name, card number, expiry date, and CVV you have to enter here to give your card details. And once you give your card details, they are going to deduct 2 rupees and $1 $1 if you are from outside of India. If you are from India, they will deduct 2 rupees from your account, and whatever the amount they are going to deduct to verify your card details, that amount you will get a refund in 3 to 5 days. Usually we get a refund in 5 to 6 hours, but they are saying that you will get a refund in 3 to 5 days. So in between of that, we get the refund from their side to whatever the amount they are deducting to verify our card details. Now, once your card details are verified, your account is ready. And once your account is ready, you can click on subscriptions to verify your subscription. Because whenever you are creating your Azure account, you will get a subscription. And which subscription you will get? In Azure, we are getting a different subscriptions. One is called as free tier. Other one is called as pay as you go. Other one is member subscription. In free tier, you will get a free quota from their side. You will get a free quota from their side. It means till that time you are under free tier, you will get a credit of 15, sorry, not 15,000, some 16,000 Indian rupees, I can say, or 200 US dollar credit you will. I don't know, remember exact amount how much, because dollar it has been increased. So based on that conversion, they are giving it. So now some 16,000 rupees you are getting it under your free tier. And how you can check your account now? Let's log into your account. Go to subscription. Click on a subscription name. My subscription name is Pay As You Go. Subscription name can be any name. It doesn't make any difference what name you are getting. I can change this name to my name also. The type needs to be important. And here where we have the offer, here we have. This is important. Pay as you go. My subscription is pay as you go subscription. So whatever I'm using, I have to pay for that. But when you're going to create your account, you will get an offer with the called free tier subscription. In that free tier, you will get some credit for from their side for 30 days. You will get a subscription called free tier for 30 days. And under the 30 days, you will get this credit from their side. And if you're using this particular credit, you don't have to pay any single amount under this particular credit if you are using it. So for first 30 days, you can use any of the Azure service. Even it's a free, it's a paid, any of the Azure service you can use. It is going to be completely free of cost for you. Till that time, you are under this credit. But what about after 30 days? After 30 days, you have to move your subscription to pay as you. Now, if you move your subscription to pay as you go, it means you have to start paying it. No, you don't have to start paying on the spot after 30 days. After 30 days, under pay as you go, your account is going to move to a subscription called pay as you go, but your account is new for next 12 months. For next 12 months, you have free tier quota. You still have a free tier quota from their side. What will be that free tier quota? It means under that particular free tier quota, if you are using those services which is coming under free, there will be no charges. If you are using a service which is not coming under free, only for those you have to pay. So there are huge big list of Azure services which we have are coming under 12 months free. So where we can check those services which are coming under 12 months free, here I have given the link. I'm sharing this link in the chat box. You can please bookmark this link. This link is important. Scroll down. Here I'm getting the services name, which are coming under 12 months free. And in Azure, you will also find few services which are always free. Always free means lifetime free. Even in your free tier account, even in organizations also, those services are always free for lifetime. They are not charging any money for those services. So those 12 months free service and always free service, get information we will get here. So scroll down, click on see all services. Now, like we have a one service called Advisor, unlimited always. So wherever always is coming, it means for lifetime. And here we have the free month per month free quota. So whatever the quota they have assigned, that per month quota we can see here. So you see, now till that I'm showing always. Now here we have 12 months also, few. 12 months. This is the free quota. Now we were going for DevOps. You can see here we have Azure Devops. Always 5 users with unlimited private Git repos. We are going to learn Kubernetes. Always cluster management is free. You will incur a charge resource consumed by nodes. So creation of Kubernetes is free, but whatever the nodes we are creating, only for nodes they are going to charge. But for creation of Kubernetes is free. And we are also going to learn virtual machine service. So scroll down. Here we have virtual machine. 12 months free, 750 hours per month free. And they have mentioned the types, which type we have to use. B1S, B2 PTS, B2 ATS, V2. So if you are using these types, then there is no charges. So we have a one service called virtual network, always free, 50 virtual networks. So here we can get information that particular service is coming under 12 months free or always free and how much per month free. Other than this, other services which we have in Azure, which is not coming under always free or 12 months free, it means those services are charged from day one. But for our training purpose, we are going for Azure DevOps, virtual machine we need, and we need Azure DevOps. Both are coming under our free tier. Azure DevOps. Yeah. So Kubernetes is also coming under our free tier. And here we have the Docker one also, container registry, 12 months free. So this one is going coming under 12 months free, not always free. So you can create one standard tier with 100 GB of storage, which is going to come under 12 months free. So the link is shared in the chat box. Please click on this link and bookmark this. And how we can check how much free quota we have used? Is there any option we have? Yes, we have the option. We can check in our Azure account. That option I'm going to show you in our upcoming sessions. And if your account is going to older than 12 months, then whatever you are going to use, you have to start paying for that. But whatever our service are coming under always free, those are free for lifetime. So if your account is under free tier, this is credit you will get for 30 days. You can use any of the Azure service. It's completely free of cost under this credit. But after 30 days, you will move to pay as you go for next 12 months. And what is this member subscription? Member is only for organizations. This is a customized subscription is going to create by Azure to us, to our companies, they can create based on the tie-up which they are going to do. Clients can have a customized subscription, they can pay some in advance to Azure. So if they're paying some in advance to Azure, or they can make some plan, they will get this much of bill, the minimum bill they will get. With the help of this type of member subscription, they are getting a huge discount. Till 64 or 67% of discounts clients can take from Azure by getting a customized subscriptions. So that member subscription is only for clients, not for us. We will get. So these are the three subscriptions you will see in your account. The account which I am using it, you can see my last month bill was 792 rupees. Why? Because my account is older than 12 months. It's been a very old account. So that's why I'm getting a bill whenever, whatever I'm using, I'm getting a bill for that. But yes, if I'm using a free services which are coming under always free, they are not charging me for those things. So this is how you can create your Azure account. Now, any question anyone have, please let me know. Yes, you can unmute.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Hi, Ankit. I have created the Azure account yesterday myself.
Hmm.
Here I can see there is no option called offer. I'm in the Azure overview section. Here I can
You-
see subscription ID, directory, and status. No option called offer. I
Did
mean,
you click on a subscription name?
yes.
Okay, what you are getting it?
Uh, Here I can see the options subscription ID and subscription name,
What is the
directory, and
subscription
my.
name?
It's Azure subscription.
Okay. You're not getting
I
any
have it here.
offer?
No, but I can see your remaining US dollars 200
It
of
means
free credit.
you are under free tier. Yes, so you are under a free
Okay,
tier of 30 days. So
okay.
right,
I was confused.
no, if
There
you are
was no
if you are
option as
getting a notification of that $200 or that amount or whatever the currency you are getting it means you
well.
are under that credit. Because whenever
Okay,
you're going to create anything, for every
yes.
single thing you are getting a notification that this much of credit is left in your account.
Okay,
Everything, whenever you're going to do anything, everywhere
yes.
you will get a notification here
Okay,
that this much of credit is left. Like now, $190 left, $180 is left, $170 is left. Like this, you will get a notification every minute.
okay. So I'm on free trial.
Yes, for 30 days.
Okay,
After 30 days, you have to upgrade your subscription to pay as you go.
as
Then
you.
after that,
Okay,
you will move to 12 month subscription.
okay. Oh, thank you.
Okay. Anyone have any more question? Yes, you can unmute.
Um, we can create multiple accounts, right? If our account is expired after 30 days, we can still create using different email address and
Different email address, different network, different mobile number, different card, everything needs to be
oh,
different. Even if at same network you are going to use, same laptop you are going to use, they will find out and they will not provide the $200 credit.
oh, okay.
So everything
Different
needs to be
network
different.
in the sense, different ISP as
Internet,
well.
different IP
Internet.
address,
Okay.
everything needs to
Ankit.
be different. Can't even use the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry. You can move to 12 months subscription. Under the 12 months also, you have a lot of free quota. You have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone have any more question? Okay. No question. So let's start our first Azure service, which we are going to learn called as virtual machine. Now, what is virtual machine? Anyone knows what is virtual machine? You can drop in the chat box or you can to raise hand. You can raise your hand also. Anyone can tell me what is virtual machine? Yes, you can admit.
Basically, we can say it's a virtual server or a computer which is created on a physical server.
Correct. 100% correct. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's it.
Thank you. Now, whatever he said, it's 100% correct. It's like a computer. Like I'm using this Windows machine. This is a computer, but it's a physical computer I have in my hand. I have a physical hardware in my hand. But the computer which we are going to create right now, that will not a physical for us. I can't physically touch that particular computer. I can't touch the physical RAM of that here, but for my laptop, I can touch. If I want, I can open a laptop, I can touch the physical RAM I have in my hand. But that particular computer is not physical for us. Yeah, definitely it will create it somewhere in any of the server, wherever I want to create, somewhere in India, somewhere in US or Europe, anywhere. It will create somewhere in servers, but that is not physical for us. That is why it is called as virtual, because for us, it's going to create as a virtually creating, but a machine we are going to create, a computer we are going to create. That's why that particular service is called as virtual machine. Now, I'm enabling the chat box. It's already enabled. Whenever a person is going to buy a computer, don't to go for much technical. Even a normal person, he's not much technically person. Whenever he's going to buy a computer, what are the basic things any person is checking? What do you think? You can drop your answers in chat box. Correct. Storage, hard disk, RAM. Correct. What else? CPU, operating system. These are the four basic things is going to check by every single person. Same way, if I want to create a virtual machine, I have to select these four details in our Azure account also. Our disk, RAM, CPU, and operating system. Now, this is our day 2 and we have just start learning. So I'm going to use those terminologies which are very commonly in market. But I'm also going to discuss about the terminologies which is used only in Azure. I know that it's not possible for anyone to remember the terminologies from day 1. And this is our day 1 which we start learning something. So make sure whenever you start practicing it, try to start learning those terminologies also which I'm going to use in this session. So because from our upcoming session after 4 or 5 days, I'm not going to use basic terminologies. I'm only going to use terminologies which is used in Azure. Because whenever you are going to work in organization, you have to use those terminologies. And whenever you're going for an interview, then 110% you have to use those terminologies, which is used only in Azure. Because in the interview, they are going to notice those things. That are you using those terminologies? If you're not using it, they will reject you. So these terminology are very important. You are working on any technology, not just in Azure, anywhere, wherever you are working, in any of the technology. Now, so we are going to learn about how to create a Linux virtual machine. So search virtual machine here. In this, we have a search box. If you see here, it's already showing me here in recently service because I have recently used. Here even it is showing me here also. But might be in your one, it's not showing. So search. So VI just I search, here I'm getting virtual machine. Now click on create, click on Azure virtual machine. Now when I click on create, the first thing which I need to select is our subscription. Under which subscription I need to create. I have just only one single subscription. You can see they have automatically selected our subscription. So I'm automatically getting my subscription as pay as you go subscription. Next thing is we need to select a resource group, but I don't have any resource group. Now, what is resource group? If I talk about in journal language, resource group is like a folder. Is like a folder. Under this folder, I can store multiple types of files. Like I have a folder in my machine. I'm opening this 401 folder. You can see in this folder, I have a files with different types. So this resource group is also like a folder where I can put my Azure services. I'm going to put my Azure services under resource group. So Azure resource group is a container where we are going to keep our Azure services. Is it mandatory to create? Yes, it is mandatory. Without resource group, you can't create any of your resources. Resources can only exist in resource group. Now, what is resources here? Resources means Azure services. In Azure, all the services which we have are also called as resources. So all those resources are going to store under resource group. Or I can say resource group is one centralized location we have where I can see all the Azure services which we have created. We can see it one single place except Azure Devops, because Azure Devops is a separate service we have in Azure, and for Azure Devops we have a separate URL, not the same URL. If the URL is coming under Azure portal, the right now URL is portal.azure.com. If it's coming under this URL, then you can see in resource group. But for Azure DevOps, we have a separate URL, those you can't see. You will identify this type of difference in upcoming session when we are learning it. And once you create a resource group, you can't change the name of your resource group. And in one single resource group, you can put different type of resources. You can create different Azure services and you can keep in one single resource group. It's not mandatory that for virtual machine, you have to create a separate resource group. For Kubernetes service, you have to create a separate resource group. For Docker service, you have to create a separate resource. No, in one single resource group, you can keep all the Azure services. You can also keep different region services also in one single resource group. So how we can create a resource group? There are two ways to create a resource group. One way is I can click on create new and give the name here. That's one option. Second option is search resource group. You can see I don't have a resource group, any resource group. By default, they are not giving anything to us. Create. Subscription, automatically they have selected. Now, if you have a multiple subscription, then you have to choose. But if you have a one, then you don't have to choose. Now give the resource group name. The resource group name can be any name. It can be your name, my name, XYZ, whatever the name you want to give, you can give. I'm giving the name as group 403. And in which region I'm going to work? Here are the list of regions. The full list we can see here. For my account, by default, it is showing Central India. So I'll go for Central India. You want to select any of the region, whichever is near to you, you can select any of the region. Review plus create. Now they are validating. And then click on create. Whenever you're trying to create anything, Azure is validating it, and then they will give us option to create. Validation, they are doing whatever the details we have given are correct or not. That's why they are verifying it. Now click here. It's actually not showing. And now I can see my resource group. I can open my resource group. And here I can see the name of the services which we are going to create, their location, their type. Right now, we don't have anything because we didn't create anything till now. Now, go to virtual machine. Create virtual machine. Now, select a resource group. Done. Now, give the name of our virtual machine. And name can be any name. VM403. And I'm only going to select those details which are mandatory right now. Which options are mandatory? Wherever this star mark is there. Only those options are mandatory. For Azure DevOps, we don't have to even go in much more depth because those things are required by Azure admin person. So, but basics, so basics we are going to discuss. So we have select subscription, we have select a resource group, we have given the name and region they have automatically selected as Central India. Now scroll down. Okay, before going. Now what is my requirement? How much CPU and RAM I need? I need 1 GB of RAM and I need 1 CPU. Can I get more? If I want more, I can select more also. But are they coming under my free tier? This is the free tier quota they are giving to us in our account. And in Azure, CPU and RAM is always coming under in a combination. I can't select separate CPU, I can't select separate RAM. Both are coming under a single quota. Means a combined quota we are getting. So scroll down. Here we have size. Which size you have selected right now? 2 CPU, 8 GB of RAM. And here is the name of that particular type. D2SV3. See all sizes. Once you click on see all sizes, you can see all the sizes whichever they are providing to us. They have a series. B series. They are getting. They have a D series. CPU, RAM. Now, which one I'm going to select? I'm going to go for B series. Under B series, we have a type called B1S. This type is coming under your free tier. Just few minutes before, I share one link with you guys where we can check our free quota. I'm again going to that particular link. No, sorry, here we can't check free quota. We can check the services name. Here we have virtual machine on the top. What is the type they have given it? B1S, B2 PTS, B2 ATS V2. Which one we are selecting? B1S. See here, B1S. So B1S is coming under your free tier. For first 30 days, you can select anyone. Till that time, you're under that $200 credit. You can select anyone. It doesn't make any difference because you are under that credit. But once your credit is completed, you move to 12 months, you have to make sure you're going to select B1S. Other than B1S, it will cost you. Select this. So CPU and RAM combination is called as size in Azure. We call it size, the size we are going to select to create this particular virtual machine. And which operating system we are going to use? Linux-based operating system. And in Azure, we are not calling as operating system. We call it as image. So if you see here, here we have. And by default, they are giving me image as Ubuntu 24.04 version. Here they are giving some of the one Ubuntu 22, Ubuntu Pro 24, Sushi, Oracle, Red Hat, Debian, Windows. I'm getting. If you want to see all the images, we can click on see all images. And then we will move to a place called Marketplace. In Azure, we have something called Marketplace where you can see all the Azure services. So you can see on left-hand side, here we have the categories. Based on these categories, you can see all Azure services. Azure services, or they have a tie-up with any third-party company. Those also you can see here. But I want to see only Azure one. So check this checkbox. Oops, it's not showing anything right now. Okay, here it is. They have tie-up with in this one because they are not providing any one from the popular one and trending one. And here we are getting some more. Which one I'm going for? 24.04. 24 version is the latest one we have in Ubuntu. So we are going for that. Size B1. Now, to connect our Linux virtual machine in Azure, we have two ways. The first way is called as SSH. Second one is called as password. Right now, we are going to learn about password option. In tomorrow's session, we are going to learn about SSH key option. So we are going to set type as password. Scroll down. Here we have password. Now we have to give username and password. Now, in username, there are some words we have in Azure. You can't use those words. Like admin. I can't use admin username. I can't use admin. Root I can't use. Super user. A super user they are removed, but it was earlier. So like admin, root. There are some words they have reserved. We can't use those words as a username because those are very commonly username. So they have restricted some of the words. So I'll give username as Azure user. Yes, see, checkbox here, check. Minimum 1 and maximum 64 characters long username you can use. Username contains these things. So we have given username. Now we need to give password. Your password must at least 12 to 72 characters long. And for your password, you have to follow three of the following things. One lower, one upper, one number, or one special characters you have to use. So three of the following things is mandatory to use from these four things when you're giving your password. So let me give the password. No, no, again I'll give password. Done. We have given our password. Now, next thing. Whenever we are creating our machine, after creation, what we have to do? We have to connect to that machine. If we can't connect to that machine, what's the use of that particular machine? If I can't work on that machine. And to work on that machine, we have to connect to that machine. It's mandatory. And if you want to connect to that machine, there's some prerequisite that you have to enable one port number called SSH port number. If you are not enabling that particular port number, you can't connect to your Linux virtual machine. And every port number, every port have a number also. Anyone knows the default port number of SSH? Please confirm in the chat box. Anyone knows the port number for SSH? Chat box is enabled. Okay. The correct answer is 22. So 22 is the default port number for SSH. Now, if I scroll down, you can see here, by default, they have already enabled the SSH port number, and in the bracket, they have mentioned as 22. How they know that they have to enable SSH port number? How Azure knows they have to enable SSH port number? Because of the image. If you are selecting Linux image, by default, they are going to enable your SSH port number. If you are going to select Windows, by default, they are going to select RDP port. And RDP port number is 3389. Like to connect Linux machine, SSH port number is mandatory to enable. To connect Windows machine, RDP port number is mandatory to enable. If you're not enabling those port number, you can't connect to these machines from your laptop. So because of the image, by default, they are enabling that particular port number. So let's have a quick recap what we have selected. We have selected our resource group. We have given the name. Then we are getting the image as Ubuntu. And then we are getting the size as B1S, 1 CPU, 1 GB of RAM. And then we have given username and password. And then system is by default enable our port number SSH. Now click on next. Ignore. In next option, we are selecting a disk. Now, normally we call it hard disk, but in Azure, it is called as disk. Or which one? OS disk. OS disk, I can say, like a C drive to us, which is by default, they are giving to us, and it's mandatory to have a OS disk to create our machine. Without OS disk, we can't create our virtual machine. And how much they are giving us? 30 GB. They are giving us 30 GB of quota to create our machine. So till 64 GB is coming under your free tier for Linux. So by default, they are giving 30, so we go for 30. We are good with this. But till 64 GB is coming under your free tier. Now there are some more tabs we have. We don't need it. So just click on Review plus Create. Now once we click on Review plus Create, they are going to review our details. Taking some time. They are doing validation. Now we got validation pass. Sometimes what happen in Azure is even you have given the details correct, they are giving you error message validation failed. It happens sometimes. So what you have to do it, just go back and then again click on review plus create. So it might be happen with you when you're doing practice. Go back and click on there, review plus create, it again validate. Done. Now click on create. Done. Now we are able to start creating our virtual machine. It will take some time, it will create. Now, is just creation of machine our work is completed? No, we have to connect to this machine also. So how we can connect to this machine? We need some software. We need one tool. The tool is called as terminal. There are a lot of terminals we have it in market. Which one I'm going to use? A terminal is called as Git Bash. So just search on Google, download Git. So here I'm getting. So you are using Mac, Windows, Linux, whichever you're using, you have to click on that. I'm using Windows. Whatever your system, 64-bit or 34-bit, click on that, download. So first select your operating system and then you have system requirement. Click there. They have downloaded the file. Now once downloaded, you have to double click on this file and click on next and next. It get installed automatically in your machine. I don't need right now because it is already installed in my machine. If I start installing, it will take a lot of time in my system. Why? Because it is already installed. So first they are going to uninstall the previous version and then they are going to install the new version. So I don't need, it's already installed in my machine. Now, how you can open the Git bash? So just right click in your system and here you are getting Git bash. If you are using Windows 10, like this. If you are using Windows 11, then it will not show you like this. Then you have to search here, Git. In Windows 11, in right click, it will not show you Git bash. In Windows 10, it is showing you. In Windows 11, you have to search Git, it will show you. So just open the Git bash. Now, here we have to run one command. With the help of that, we can connect to our machine. Which command we have to run? We have to run one SSH command. What is that SSH command? We'll see that. Now, our machine is ready. Go to resource. Click on connect and click on connect. Native SSH. Click on select. Here we get this SSH command we will get. In this one, we have to do some changes also. So just copy and paste here. Now what changes we have to do? We have to remove this thing. This is actually for SSH key. That's one more option we have. This is for that. So right now we are not using it. So I have removed that. Copy and paste here. Right click, paste, enter. Oh, sorry. The hyphen actually we have to add here before that. SSH hyphen I hyphen. Yep, it's correct. Are you sure? Yes. Now asking for password. So what are the password we have given it? You can see here, we are able to connect to our Linux virtual machine with the help of password. So this is how you can connect to your Linux virtual machine. Now, any question anyone have, please let me know. Anyone have any doubt, whatever we have learned till now, please let me know. Yes, you can unmute.
Ankit, is that the only way of connecting to the virtual machine?
Only way means?
This Git bash which you are using,
No, there is
or
other terminal also we have put. You can use putty also. There are thousands of terminals we have in market. You can even use command prompt also in
Mhm.
your Windows machine, which you by default install.
And ways of connecting would be different by using different
No,
methods.
putty is different. Git bash is same. Oh, sorry, command prompt is same. Putty one is a little different. Putty one I'm going to show in upcoming session. And I tell you one thing,
Okay.
Putty is number one terminal right now. GitBash is
Mhm.
number two right now in the market. So right now I'm showing you GitBash, and why I want to install GitBash to you guys is because GitBash is required in our upcoming session to learn Git tool also. That's why right now I'm showing you the Git. So Putty one also I'm going to show in upcoming sessions.
Okay, and the command which you used and you deleted some of it, you erased some of it, and you uh,
I just
copied
added
the.
hyphen from there, and I've
Okay.
removed the option which is actually required for SSH key. That's the one more option. This part I've removed.
Okay.
That part is required for SSH key. That's the next one more part we have. This part I've removed.
Mhm.
So this part right
And
now we don't need.
the at the rate 98.70.29.203, is that our
IP
public
address
IP?
of this machine. Yes.
Okay.
This is the IP address of the machine, and this is my username.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes, you can unmute. Deepak, you can unmute.
Hello,
Yes,
am I
Deepak.
audible?
Yes.
Yeah, while creating a virtual machine and when we selecting OS disk, there is a one option is there, uh, encryption at host. What is that option?
Encryption is used to protect your data. So encryption is used to protect your data. So if anyone hack your machine, they can't see the data whichever is getting stored in your account. That's what we have to enable the encryption. If you enable the subscription, but that one is not under our free subscriptions we are getting it.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, you can unmute.
Yeah, Ankit, if the encryption is not enabled in the background, like by default.
By default, a subscription is enabled from Azure side. By default, it's enabled from their side, but it's one more layer of subscription we can enable at our account, one more for our storage, for our disk level. We can
Mm.
do that. But by default, one subscription is all enabled that we can't see.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone have any more question? Okay. Now, once we complete our practice, what we have to do? We have to delete our virtual machine. Now, before deletion, I'm going to my resource group. You will see we have two resource group. And this resource group, did we create? No. This resource group is automatically going to create by Azure, because we are creating a virtual machine. For virtual machine, they are automatically creating for watching this particular virtual, to monitor that virtual machine. There's a service in Azure we have called Network Watcher. With that Network Watcher, they are monitoring our virtual machines. So for that one, they are creating it. Now, this is the one we have created. You can see here we are getting the resources name. Here we are getting their location, and here we have different types. We have created virtual machine, but to create virtual machine, there are some more things are required, like public IP, NSG, virtual network, network interface, disk. This is the disk which we have created. We are getting here. So what we want to do once we complete our practice, we have to delete everything. And there are two options to delete everything. One option is you can go to one specific resource and delete. That's one option. Second option is you can delete this resource group. If you delete this resource group, whatever you have created under this resource group, everything is going to delete, which is more easy for you guys when you're doing practice. So open your resource group and click on delete resource group and give the resource group name. I've copied from here and paste here and click on delete. Click on delete. Now, important point. Don't close your browser till that time you are not getting a proper notification from their side. Deleted. Right now it is in process. And if I close my browser, it will stop there. So don't close your browsers till that time you don't have a proper notification like this. It's completely deleted. So you have to wait till that time you don't have a proper notification. And the other resource group which they are creating, you have to delete that particular resource group also. Delete, delete. That. Now this will take some 5 to 7 minutes. After that, it will delete, then you can close your browser. So this is how you can delete your resource group once you complete your practice. Now, any question anyone have, please let me know, or we can end this session here. Yes, you can.
Why are we deleting twice here? Was Network Watcher not in the same resource group?
It's a different resource group. Two different
Okay.
resource groups. Both are not one resource group. It's one, then we don't have to delete both. You can see it's
Okay.
two.
Another question, the resource group region and resources region should be same or
It can be different also.
okay.
But recommended is always it needs to be same. To if you need a better performance of your resource, but can be different also.
And final question, if we are deleting resource group by mistake, like production resource group wherein you have many resources, resources, if you're deleting it by mistake, then how to restore it back?
You don't have a backup. You need to have a backup. And there is an option called lock option. You can lock your resources. So even if someone is trying to delete by mistake, they will get error message.
Mhm.
Those options you're actually learning in Azure admin training, not in DevOps. Those small options.
Mhm.
So there are some
Okay.
lock options we have.
Okay. So whenever we are deleting resource group, it's all gone.
Yes.
If we,
Yeah. If you need to recover, you need to have a backup.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you see here, now I'm getting a notification deleted, and now I can close my browser. And if I even refresh it, I don't have anything. Now I can close my browser. Now they are not going to charge me anything. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you for joining today's session. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Thank you.